Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 16 of December 2022. Essence. Sweet children, remember the Father and the cycle. There is no need to say anything through your lips. Simply remove your hearts from this hell and you will become ever free from disease. Question: what does the Father advise you children directly in order for you to make your reward elevated? Answer: children, everything you have is now going to finish. Nothing will be of any use. Therefore, like Sudama, create your future reward. The Father has come directly, and so you should use everything you have in a worthwhile way. Open a hospital cum college through which many can benefit. Show everyone the path. Continue to follow Srimad constantly. Om Shanti. The Unlimited Father explains to you children. One explains to those who are ignorant, brackets without knowledge. You know that all are truly impure and that they remember the Purifier Father. Impure human beings would definitely be sad to be ignorant. Everyone calls out, "O Purifier, come and purify us." The people of Bharat know that Bharat was pure in the golden age. There was the pure household religion. At this time, the household religion is impure. Those who are pure are said to be righteous souls. When it was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in this Bharat 5,000 years ago, it was called a pure kingdom. Both men and women were pure. The Father sits here and explains that the path of devotion has continued for half a cycle. to chant, to do tapasya, etc., to study the Vedas, all belong to the path of devotion. No one can attain me by doing any of those. They don't know me, the Father. All of them waste their time and energy. The path of devotion begins with the copper age. The deities go on to the path of sin. Hundreds of thousands of rupees are spent in building temples to the deities. The Somnath temple was so beautifully decorated with diamonds and jewels. At that time, they would not have spent millions of rupees because diamonds and jewels hardly cost anything. If that temple were to be built at this time, it would be a property worth many millions. The Father now explains, sweet children, to study the Vedas and scriptures is to do devotion. It cannot be called knowledge. They don't believe in pilgrimages, etc. In the golden age, the Ganges and Jamuna rivers exist in the golden age, and they also exist at this time. In the golden age, there were no rivers to go on a pilgrimage to. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. He sits here and gives you knowledge. That devotion continues for half a cycle. At first, there is unadulterated devotion. They only worship Shiva at that time. Then they worship the deities. Now, even devotion has become adulterated. They continue to read scriptures, etc., in performing devotion. all have become devotees. All the brides remember me, the one bridegroom. God is the one who protects the devotees. So surely there must be difficulty in devotion. That is why they call out, "Come and liberate us." Free us from sorrow. Become our guide and take us to the land of liberation. They don't know who God is. They go to the Shiva and Shankar temple. They have combined Shiva and Shankar. Although the two are separate, that one is incorporeal and this one is a being with a subtle body. That one resides in the incorporeal world and this one resides in the subtle region. The father explains, they saw a bull in the temple. They believe that Shiva and Shankar used to ride a bull. They also say of Shiva that he is omnipresent. They would not say that Shiva and Shankar are omnipresent. They call the one incorporeal one the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The Father now says, look how I, the incorporeal, am teaching you. Would anyone be riding a bull? Why have people shown me riding a bull? I enter an ordinary body. When I come, I sit and tell you the story of this one's 84 births. You too have come and become the mouth-born creation of Brahma. This one is called Bhagirath, brackets, the lucky chariot, because he hears everything first. He is the 100 times fortunate. There are very few people in the golden age. All the rest of the souls will have gone back to their home from where they came. This is the field of action. The cycle of the world continues to turn. The golden and silver ages do not exist in the incorporeal world or the subtle region. This cycle of the drama rotates here for half a cycle. There is knowledge. The golden and silver ages, and then for half a cycle there is devotion. The copper and iron ages. It was the kingdoms of Lakshmi and Narayan in the golden age. The kingdoms of Lakshmi and Narayan, the first Lakshmi and Narayan, the second, continue. There is the kingdom of the moon dynasty Rama in the silver age. In the golden age, you take 8 births and in the silver age, you take 12 births. Only the Father explains this story of 84 births to you. The Father only meets his Brahmin children and not anyone else. Only when you become his children does he teach you. The Father says, I am your Father, teacher and Sadguru. I grant you salvation and take you back with me. The method I give you of how to become pure is very easy. What are you doing while sitting here? Children say, Baba, we are remembering you. The Father's order is constantly make effort to remember me, and your sins will be absolved through this fire of yoga. You will then become pure and satopradhan. You are now tamopradhan, and the alloy will only be removed by your having remembrance. There is no question of difficulty. This is such an easy way to become ever free from disease. Deities never fall ill. Only by having this remembrance will you become free from disease. When your sins are burnt away, you will become pure. This is such a big income. You may go on tours, but simply remember me. First of all, practice this. By having remembrance, you will become free from disease for 21 births. There is no question of difficulty. Simply, constantly remember me alone. The Father says to souls, O souls, are you listening? The Father says through His mouth, remember me and remember your home. This hell is now to end, and you have to return to your home. Also make effort to stay in remembrance when preparing meals. Even though you are karma yogis, you must definitely at least reach the stage of having 8 hours of remembrance. Continue to increase your chart. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, etc. Continue to check for how long you remembered the Father from whom you received the sovereignty of paradise and become ever free from disease for 21 births. This is such an easy method. The knowledge of the cycle has been explained to you. You have to remember the cycle of the Brahmins, the top knot, the deities, warriors, merchants, and Sudras. Remember the seed and the tree. You now know that the one religion is being established and that the other religions are to be destroyed. In the golden age, there is just the one religion. The Father says, remember me, the seed and the tree. It is this that requires your efforts. Establishment, destruction, and sustenance. This is very easy. This is very easy yoga and easy knowledge. Your intellects have the knowledge of how the tree emerges from the seed. You may live at home with your families, but you do have to remain pure. This is good, is it not? The Father says, you have been choking in hell for 63 births. You have been committing sins and have now become absolutely sinful souls. You have been following the dictates of Ravan. Gandhiji too wanted there to be the kingdom of Rama. This means that he was in the kingdom of Ravan. The intellects of human beings have become so dirty that they don't understand anything at all. They don't know at all when it was heaven. No one knows that it is now 5,000 years since Lakshmi and Narayan came into existence. They say that the duration of the golden age is hundreds of thousands of years. For half a cycle, there is knowledge, and for half a cycle, there is devotion. Then when the world becomes old, you have disinterest. This enables you to remove your hearts from this hell. You are earning a lot of income while sitting here. The Father says, you are becoming rulers of the globe. This is the last of your 84 births, and destruction is just ahead. The land of death is to be destroyed, and the land of immortality is being established. We are listening to Baba, the Lord of Immortality, telling the true story of becoming true Narayan. There is just the one religious story, but they have created so many scriptures, etc. They spend millions and billions on them, but they are all lies. The Father tells you the truth and establishes the land of truth. Everything is explained to you so well. Innocent women, those without virtues, and those with stone intellects can also become the masters of heaven. What do you have now? What does America have? There are big mansions there. All of them are now about to fall. In heaven, there is plenty of wealth. Here, there is no wealth. What would they loot from the White House of America? There isn't anything there anyway. In the golden age, even the palace of the poorest person would be better than here. It would be covered with silver and gold. There, everything is very cheap. They all have their own land. There is the example of Sudama. On the path of devotion, you have been giving 2 handfuls in the name of God. Some would donate 5, 10 or 100 rupees and receive the return of that in their next birth. That is why people make donations and perform charity. Those who open hospitals receive good health in their next birth. They wouldn't have any illness. Some open colleges, and so they study in their next birth and become clever. They receive the fruit of one birth in their next birth. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the incorporeal Father is the bestower. The Father says, "Children, open a hospital cum college and many will benefit from that. You will receive the fruit of that for 21 births. That is indirect for one birth, and this is direct. You receive a reward for 21 births. Because the Father is now sitting here directly. He explains everything you have is to be destroyed. All the palaces, etc., are to turn to dust. This is why you should earn for the future. That will then be useful to you. Show the path to anyone who comes. Remember the Father, and the rust on you will be removed. The Father is from beyond this world. The Father says, by following Srimad, you can become the masters of heaven. Those with divine intellects. He also continues to explain so many methods to you. The account of each one's actions is specific to that one. The Father sits here and explains to you the philosophy of action, neutral action, and sinful action. If you have any difficulty, come and take Srimad from the surgeon. Show this path to the innocent ones and those with stone intellects. There has been continual upheaval because of vice. When they are not given poison, they begin to beat the women and throw them out of the house. They create so much upheaval. Baba says there will be many obstacles from devils in this sacrificial fire of knowledge. Many innocent ones will be assaulted. There is never any assault in other satsangs. Here, there are obstacles. Baba says, People have become so impure. You are now becoming pure in order to become the masters of the pure world. The Father's order is, become pure in this last birth and remember me, and your sins will be absolved. This is called easy Raja Yoga. This method is not mentioned in any other scriptures. In the Gita it says, renounce all bodily religions and remember me, your Father. Krishna is not God. God, the Father of all souls, is only the one. He has taken this body alone. This is his lucky chariot. This one has the happiness that God uses his body. The Father enters this body and benefits everyone. However, there isn't a bull, etc. What would a new person understand about these things? Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1. Become completely pure in this final birth and stay in remembrance of the Father alone. Remove your heart from this impure world. Become completely pure in this final birth and stay in remembrance of the Father alone. Remove your heart from this impure world. Second, become a spinner of the discus of self-realization. Open a hospital cum college and benefit many. Take Srimad from the Supreme Surgeon at every step. Become a spinner of the discus of self-realization. Open a hospital cum college and benefit many. Take Srimad from the Supreme Surgeon at every step. Blessing. May you attain success by experiencing the Trikaldarshi stage with your divine intellect. May you attain success by experiencing the Trikaldarshi stage with your divine intellect. The special gift of Brahmin life is a divine intellect. With this divine intellect, you can clearly know the Father, yourself, and the three aspects of time. By having remembrance, you can imbibe all the powers in your divine intellect. A divine intellect enables you to experience the Trikaldarshi stage. All three aspects of time are clear in front of such a soul. It is said, whatever you think or speak, consider its past and future and then do it. Whatever you think or speak, consider its past and future and then do it. By performing actions, knowing their consequences, you will definitely attain success. Slogan: in order to make an accurate decision, stay in a carefree stage with your spiritual intoxication. Slogan: in order to make an accurate decision, stay in a carefree stage with your spiritual intoxication. Om Shanti.